Okay. So in the previous session, we had discussed about meaning, definition, uses, and limitation of index number. So now we will take up, there is a common question that why index number is called as economic barometer. Very simple. Why? Because economics uses index number for planning, for strategy making, for decision making, for policy making, everything. So hence this index number is called economic barometer. And barometer is a yardstick, right, which measures all the other categories. Getting it right? So when we talk about the meaning of barometer, right, barometer is something which measures, which is a measuring instrument of atmospheric pressure. So the same way, economic barometer is once again the same ideology which we can use it for planning, policy making, and decision making purpose. That is what about index number. Why? Because we have large data, huge data, and by seeing that data, definitely we can analyze what exactly is happening in an economy, and by analyzing it, definitely we can plan, we can make policy, we can take decisions, whatever it is. This is very important point. Next is methods of constructing index. Simple. A broadly categorized into two major categories. One is simple aggregative method. Next is simple average relative method under unweighted index number. So we have two broad categories which I am highlighting here. Unweighted index number. Getting it right? Unweighted index number. Next is weighted index number. Simple. In unweighted index number, we will be giving, getting it right? Will not be assigning any such weights. In unweighted index number, will not be assigning any weights. But in weighted index number, we will be assigning the weights to the index value. So, under unweighted index number, we have two major concepts which we can see. First is simple aggregative method. Next is simple average of price relative method. Okay, first is simple aggregative method. Next is simple average of relative method. Next is weighted index number. Try to understand. Weighted index number. It is where we have two broad categories: weighted aggregative method, weighted average of relationship. First is weighted aggregate method. Next is weighted average of relations. Very important point. Now, we will take up one by one. So first method is simple aggregative method, or we call it as price index. What is simple aggregative method? In this method, what happens is the price of all the commodities are separately added for the current year and base year. Now we have to understand what is current year and what is base year. Previous year will be your current year. I'll repeat. Previous year will be your current year. Okay. And the following year, or the relevant year in which we are passing through, will be your current year. Okay, so base year will be always previous and current year will be the following years. Now, when we take up uh, the formula for this current year, I can show you what is the formula is. Formula is very simple. Formula is very simple. You can have, it is P1 divided by P naught into 100. Okay, P1 divided by P naught into 100. P1 divided by P naught into 100. Now we will have the notations, we'll go through the notations, what is P1, what is P naught. First of all, try to understand simple aggregative method. Simple. We'll add base year price, we will add current year price, and we will divide it and get the percentage. For what for? What is the percentage of changes compared for previous year and to current year? ನಾವು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಗೇಟಿವ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ನ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಏನ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್, ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ, ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅನಲೈಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯೋದು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನೋಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಬೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಟಾಲಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. P1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್, P ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್. ಓಕೆ, P stands for price, and Q, small letter Q stands for quantity. P stands for price and Q stands for quantity. Now 1 ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಯರ್. ನಾಟ್ ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, we will call it as base year ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Okay, P stands for price, Q stands for quantity, 1 stands for current year, not stands for base year. ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. Now we'll move further. P1 is equals to price of current year. Okay, P1 is equals to price of current year. P naught will be price of base year. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? P1 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ price of current year, P naught ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ price of base year. Q1 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೇಮ್ quantity of current year. Q represents quantity, 1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ current year. Quantity of current year, Q naught represents quantity of base year. Okay, next ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಾಣ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? ದ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಏನ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಿದೆ. ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮೇಷನ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನೇಳಿ ಸಮೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಸಮೇಷನ್ P1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಕಮಾಡಿಟೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಕಮಾಡಿಟೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ರೈಸ್, ರಾಗಿ, ಜೋವರ್, ದಾಲ್, ವೀಟ್, ಶುಗರ್, ಆಯಿಲ್, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಮಾಡಿಟೀಸ್. ಆ ಕಮಾಡಿಟೀಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಟೋಟಲ್. ಸಮೇಷನ್ P ನಾಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ P ನಾಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಕಮಾಡಿಟೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬೇಸ್ ಇಯರ್. ಬೇಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಮಾಡಿಟೀಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು, ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಮಾಡಿಟೀಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನೋಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾನ ನೋಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಗೇಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಗೆ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಇಸ್ P01 is equals to P1 divided by P naught into 100. P1 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಯರ್, P ನಾಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಇಂಟು 100. ಯಾಕೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಕಲಿಯೋದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ರೀಸನಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಹೈಂಡ್ ಇಟ್. ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಒಂದಷ್ಟೇ. ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆಲ್ ಸೆಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್? ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ಈಸ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಏನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅದು? ದೇರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಅ ಥಿಯರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಿಲಾಸಫಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಒಂದು ಥಿಯರಿಗೆ, ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಐಡಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ದೇರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಅ ಥಿಯರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಿಲಾಸಫಿಕಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್. ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗನೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಎವ್ರಿವೇರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಥಿಯರಿ. ಈಚ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಪ್ರೋನ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ? ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್. ಇದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಗೇಟಿವ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಇಸ್ P1 ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ P0 ಇಂಟು 100. ಹೌದಲ್ಲ, P1 ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ P0 ಇಂಟು 100. ಓಕೆ, find P1 divided by P0 into 100, and this is a formula, and we have studied about the notations. P Q1 0 P1 P0 Q1 Q0. Once you, this is a base thing you have to remember in solving the numerical problems on index number. Once you solve this, I think once you remember this, it will be a very good method, and you can obviously take up a decision. You can draw an inference. That happens. You can draw inference. Okay. Next, what is the next method under unweighted method? Unweighted method. It is simple average relative method. Okay, under unweighted method, it is simple average of relative method. What is the simple average of relative method? It is constructed on the basis of relatives, not on the basis of absolute prices. We will be taking the relationship of the total with the price. We will compare with the current year's price, base year price, we'll compare with numbers, everything else. So that is very important point that you have to understand. Okay. I think this is a formula, sigma P1 divided by P0. You can sigma P1 divided by P0 into 100. Okay, sigma P1 divided by P0 into 100. That is what the base formula you can understand by this. Sigma P1 divided by P0 into 100. Divided by whole divided by n, whole divided by n. And we will not be discussing about this method because it's not there in our syllabus. So just for a theoretical purpose we are taking up this, right? That's for a theoretical purpose we are taking up this. So under unweighted index number, we have two methods. One is simple aggregative method and simple average of relative method. Simple aggregative method is the formula for is P1 divided by P0 into 100, and simple average of relative method, it is sigma P1 divided by P0 into 100. Simple. Next. The next method goes like this: weighted index number. For every commodities, for every price, will be assigning the weights. The appropriate weights will be assigned. Okay, the appropriate weight will be assigned. Now we can go through with this. Please try to understand. In this method, the appropriate weights are assigned to different commodities on the basis of the priority. I need sugar. We have list of commodities, for example, rice, sugar, ragi, jowar, wheat, oil, etc. On the basis of priority, we'll be assigning the weights. So for this, what we have did is we have four major methods in solving the weighted index number. Four major methods. Okay, one is Laspier's, next is Pastis, next is Garbish's and Bowles, next is Fisher-Heidel index number. Okay, so in the next session we'll be taking up about the methods, meaning, okay, about the methods, meaning, their formulas and implication, and also we have a testing way, that is time reversal test and factor reversal test, and we have steps in construction of index number. So these steps can be taken in the next session.